Let's get ready together. When I say it feels like I've been initiated back into the States, I am not kidding, guys. It has been so real. I was sick for 5 days, guys. Like, when I say sick, I mean in the bed, just like done. I don't know if I just caught some sort of local bug or cold, flu, sinus. When I was flying this time, when I would breathe in the air in the aircraft, my nose just felt so irritated. And it wasn't until like 2 days after I had landed back that I started to feel ill, guys. I'm using this Giorgio Armani concealer. I've been loving it. I took this with me to Ghana, so this was like my go-to concealer while I was there. I don't know if the shade matches like super my tone, but I hope so. It's good enough. But yeah, guys, I am actually really happy to be back in Chicago in the States, y'all. So I was in Ghana for 7 months, y'all, and I will be going back, but I'm spending some time here in the States. What actually brought me to Ghana this time around was an art residency that I was taking part of, and that was absolutely amazing, y'all. It was with the Birch Gallery in Accra, and they really took great care of me. I was in residence at their Busia location, and it was a beautiful experience. I really wish I was like back on YouTube during those times, and I had intentions to vlog, but I was more so really just like immersed in the experience, because Busia is nothing like the city, the capital, Accra. So it's a very different experience. On that side of town, it's like a village. It's very local, just total different experience. So I was really just letting myself be immersed. It's also a beach town, so I enjoyed so many mornings on the beach. I took my first surfing lessons, and so I did produce a series of paintings while I was in residence out there, and I was really just exploring our relationship with the earth, taking time to think about the legacy of galamsey, which is gathering and selling mine. So small artisanal, which is illegal mining, is something that's very prevalent in Ghana, in West Africa, in Africa in general, but very prevalent in Ghana. As you guys know or may not know, Ghana is the Gold Coast, so it's one of the largest producers and exporters of gold in the world. And you know, it has taken a toll, an extreme toll, not only on the earth, the environment, and the people in those communities that are impacted directly, but the waterways. So close to where my studios were in Busia, there are so many amazing just uncovered earth sites. One of the big problems with galamsey is that it requires deforestation, and it clears out just so much greenery that we really need for oxygen, for biodiversity, and just in so many more things. Conceptually, I wanted to explore this, and there was a site nearby at the very end of the beach there, Busia Beach, and it has so much revealed clay. So someone had come years ago and decided, hey, I want to make something or build something here. They never really finished the product, so now there's just this unearthed land in the middle of all of these green trees. And so I actually hiked up there and extracted some clay, sands, and just earth material. There are different things up there, sediment and all of that. And from that material, I was able to make like 5 or 6 different color pigments in which I used to create paints. So I'm primarily lately have been mostly working in oil paint. So I did make those pigments into an oil paint, and that is what I used for my pieces in the exhibition. It's even like thinking back to it right now is just so surreal, because it's truly a once in a lifetime experience. So I was in residence for a month, and then I came back to Accra to spend the rest of my time in Ghana. like a month later after the residency, I ended up having my solo show, which was absolutely amazing. I loved the turnout of that. And yeah, I mean, after that, your girl was just, I was making work and just living my life. My hubby is actually British Ghanaian, so we spend a lot of time in Ghana, and that is one of, not the only, but one of the reasons I have been spending so much more time in Ghana these days. The past 3 or 4 years, I've been spending like 4 to 5 to 6 months a year out there, so it's definitely becoming a second home. It's such an odd feeling because I feel like I'm in like a limbo space sometimes. Like, I've made so much new community in Ghana, so many new friends and just connections and, you know, things there. But at the same time, I feel like with my Chicago community, I'm slowly losing my grip. So it's always interesting, like traveling back and forth between the two. Finding the balance is also knowing that there will never be a perfect balance, and I think that's kind of beautiful, you know. Whether that's between home and work, or friends and marriage, or, you know, traveling the world and having wanderlust and staying put at home and getting grounded. It's always just about finding a balance that works for you, because no balance is ever going to be absolutely foolproof. I really am super excited, guys, about being back in Chicago this summer. Chi-town summer. Literally just, oh, I'm so excited. I honestly thought I would touch down, hit the ground running, be doing this, be doing that. But like I said, I was sick, so that took me out of the game for a while. And not only that, but the weather, it's crazy. When I got here, it was like 50 somethings, mid 50s. That's cold. I've been in Ghana for 7 months. It's either 90s or 80s during the day, every day. And so coming back home to the 50s, I was like, oh, child, it's a little bit cold. I just signed on to one of my biggest content creation contracts of my career. So I'm super excited. It's centered around my art. I get to make a new painting for it, and I'm super excited to do that. And I have to do that within this coming 10 days. In the next 10 days I need to do that, so that's what I have coming up. But I also, this weekend, I'm thinking I might go to dinner for one of my cousin's birthdays. I have like a long lost cousin, guys, and if I end up vlogging that whole sitch, I'll end up telling y'all the story of how we found out we're cousins and all of that. But her birthday's this weekend. She invited me to her birthday dinner, and also I invited her on next Tuesday to Ide, or Air Ancient Babs. It's pronounced Ide. I don't know if y'all knew that, but anyways, Air Ancient Babs invited me to come in to do their bath circuits and some spa treatments. So that's on Tuesday. So I'm slowly inching up when it comes to my outings and things happening in Chicago. Another thing that I'm super excited about is the fact that I reinstated my membership at my local ceramic studio. I'm so excited about that, y'all. So, and ceramics has slowly become one of the loves of my life, and I haven't done it in a minute. The only thing, I guess I can say the only downside to ceramics is that you need the equipment. You can always get clay and make something, but to fire it, you need a kiln. You can always build a kiln, I guess. Some people like have built them, but that's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. This video is not sponsored, guys, but I have to give another shout out to this Giorgio Armani blush. This is their Luminous Silk Cheek Tints. This shade, no wonder. They sent me PR 3 of these. They sent this peachy tone, there's more of like a corally orange, as well as a pinky, like a baby doll pink, and a red. I had the pink and red. I took those to Ghana. I found out my auntie had this. I don't know how she got it. Maybe I left it at her house, but I went to her house the other day and I saw it and I was like, is that my blush? I've been looking for this color because I was like, I know I had another color of this. I'm so happy I found it because this is in the shade She Goes to the Gym, so I'm excited to try this. I tried it already and I'd be forgetting how pigmented the powders are. I went straight into it and I was looking like a clown. I always see on my Instagram Explore page painted by Esther, her makeup. I think she's a London-based makeup artist, and I love how she sweeps in the blush under, like here. I know it may look crazy, but I'm gonna try to go for it. This is how she has it. I think I need to go back in with concealer after, because I might just be like pinking my face up too crazy. These Pat McGrath, I seriously need to probably get some new concealers, but I'm using this until the last drop. I love the Pat McGrath concealer and foundation. I have 2 shades of the concealer, the M13 and M15. I'm gonna put just a tad, just so I can like get the pink from all the way up there. I went too crazy. Guys, I'm just super excited as well about being back on YouTube. I saw quite the reaction to my last video, which obviously was more of like a niche topic. But all of the comments really made me happy, just seeing people weighing in on the convo. And I forgot how much more active people are on YouTube. I feel like Instagram is super just like surveillance team, you know? Like, I do get my girlies who comment and I have my community on there, but it does not compare to YouTube in any way. So I'm super excited to be back on this side, getting chatty with y'all. That's what I said, let me give them a get ready with me, chat it up, and just get back into a flow of being a YouTube girly. Back to the topic of me being in Chicago. I want to talk about friendship, guys. This topic is a bit of a knee-jerker for me, because guys, like, sometimes I feel like I have this many friends, and it's not because I'm not a good friend. I think it's just simply because I live a very transition-y life. Let me explain what I mean by that. So in high school, right, I went to one high school for 2 years, and then I transferred to another high school for my last 2 years. And you know, high school, I feel like most people have their friends from that range, like high school moving onwards. Obviously some people are blessed to have like childhood friends and stuff, and I still have some friends who I've known since like 6th and 7th and 8th grade and stuff too. But I feel like high school is where you really make your core connections, and then that are carried out through adulthood. I transferred, so it's like my relationships from my first set of friends and my first school kind of fizzled, and then also I came in late to my second school, so I never really made solid connections with the people there too much. Same for college. I went to University of Illinois in Champaign for 2 years, and then I transferred to University of Illinois in Chicago. So I had made some really great friends my first uni, but those relationships kind of fizzled when I left uni and didn't graduate with them, you know, all of those things. And then UIC wasn't really like a friend making school, so I didn't really leave UIC with anyone I even still talk to today. And maybe that's just on me, but I do just feel like sometimes, do I have any friends, guys? And I think one of the big things is that so many of my actually really good friends have left Chicago or don't live here. So they're in LA, they're in Houston, they're in ATL, they're in New York, and we're all just dispersed. And I think that's one of the crazy things about adulting, is that you realize some of your core friends are not gonna be there. They can be there on call, they can be there on FaceTime, but even those take a different level of like intention poured in to really maintain. And so I've been like in an era of just really looking at my friendships and asking them how they think I've been as a friend and what I can do to be a better one, and also just pour a new level of intention into the friendships I do have, while also calling in new connections that feel aligned to the woman that I have become over the last several years. And so I'm looking forward to making some new connections. Chicago has great people, Accra, Ghana has great people, so I'm just calling in all of the love for the rest of this year and the rest of life. So I dealt with my first friendship breakup, and it was a bit of it took me by surprise, y'all. And the reason it really took me by surprise is because it was one of those ones where the person just decided, I think they decided in their head, they're just not gonna talk to me anymore. or like, you know, slowly let it die out. But I think those slow die outs are a bit crazy when it's someone you're always used to speaking to, right? And so this person, one year they had like 3 different birthday events and I attended all of them. And then after, they ghosted me. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I was giving it grace. But then I realized, wait, this person's actually avoiding me. And so I reached out and I was just like, is everything okay? Have I done something to offend you? What's going on? And you know, they were just like, my phone has been acting up. And so I just knew they didn't want to embrace whatever the elephant in the room was. And so I just let it go. And we literally just have never recouped it since. They did, however, release a video on their social media talking about their new journey and walk with Christ. And basically I caught a lot of subliminals towards me in the video. And I found it a bit crazy that she never spoke to me to say any of this, but it came out in the video. So that was a bit insane of an experience, and for a while it did make me a little bit callous towards new connections and new friendships, but that's in the past. And I am just calling in on newness. Literally since I got back to Chicago, I've been clearing out my room, I've been clearing out my wardrobe. I've thrown away so much stuff. I have one bag that I'm thinking to donate, and then I also have some things I want to list on my Depop. Let me show y'all these. I'm so mad they don't fit me. Are these not cute AF? These are from Paris, Texas. I forget the name of these mules, but I bought these from my birthday trip to Bali, and I ended up wearing them still because the dress that I had was long. However, my heel comes to like right here, and it looks crazy, so I can't even keep them. They're a 38.5. I don't think I really noticed that when I bought them. And I got them secondhand actually. They were still a pretty penny, but I'm gonna let them go for a little buck on my Depop. So yeah, I'm more of like a 39, so they definitely don't fit. And then these, I got these also secondhand. These are some Tom Ford Gucci heels. I have the dust bag in the box, and they're cute, right? Like I love them, but I don't love them that much. And also I don't unless it's a closed toe mule, I don't like the way it fits on my foot because my foot slides around too much. These are just not practical for me, but for somebody, they will love them. So I'm gonna throw these on my Depop and a couple of other things, and yeah, cleanse out my wardrobe. I already got rid of all my old beauty products because I have so many new ones, and I just want to make space for all the new blessings, all the opportunity, all the new money. Actually show you guys these. I got these are from Akia Beauty, a Ghana based brand, and I'm gonna try them. I tried them when I was in a rush one day, and it didn't work out in my favor. Also this summer I'm looking to like experimenting more when it comes to my beauty look. Like I want to have fun. I don't want to just do the safe clean girl makeup every time. It's become my go-to. I'm taking one of the 16s and I'm gonna try to put this on my outer corner. Okay, I actually think I might be cooking. It looks good so far. I've only put 2. I'm going to put maybe 2 more because like I said, they're long. Yeah, maybe 2 more. Let's see. Oh, that just sorted me out real quick. Like look at the before. This is with the lash, this is without. The width is definitely eating. So this is her wispy set. If you want to check them out, I believe this set is about, it's 350 CDs, which is about $35, but it's a lot of them on here. Super quality. I love the quality of the actual lash itself. Yeah, the lash, it did what it needed to do. I'm gonna just go in with a little of this. This is the Hourglass again, and I'm gonna just put a little on my waterline. I got a new camera. I've had quite a few cameras over my course of, you know, being a girl and just content creating, but my Canon G7X broke and I actually didn't really love it, so I just got the ZV-E10 and I'm gonna see how I like it. So far I do think I like it. Obviously I haven't edited, but from what I can see in the little camera thing, it's looking good. I haven't really been filling in my eyebrows too much. However, I'm looking and I do see that it's a little sparse there. But before I do any actual filling, I want to just do a sharp highlight under. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like super defined brows too much anymore. And I do feel like God blessed me with some decent brows. So sometimes this little highlight underneath step is all I need to kind of. So I need you guys' help. Who are the beauty makeup gurus who give bomb tutorials? One thing about me, I'm not above being coachable, and this summer I want my looks to be eating. So if you guys have anyone's videos you love, please send them my way. I really love Nikki Makeup. She does tutorials sometimes on her Instagram, and also I love when she does posts. Uche Natori, I feel like her base videos have been a help to me. And who else? I'm not like super in tune with any of the makeup girls right now, so put me on so we can all be flawless this summer. My favorite thing about makeup is the fact that it's kind of like a different persona with each look, especially if you're switching up the looks. You get to be a brand new woman. Like, how fab is that? Maybe I'll pop a tiny dab of concealer as well on the bridge. Literally tiny. This is my look. I think I love it, to be honest. Super cute. I don't think I fully achieved the whole painted by Esther thing I wanted to do, so that was a fail, but outside of that, I do think it's pretty cute. And yeah, this is it. This is me. Let me know what you guys want to see from me. My last video when I talked about the statue in Times Square was actually prompted by one of you guys in the comments, so let me know what you want me to chat about and I will chat about it. Yeah, see y'all next time then, right? Bye.